shot. I have been sick. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking, but this is the first hunt of 2017. Check that out. Big old piece of printing plate. Got lots of writing on it. So this area right here has just been coughing up piece after piece. Most of them aren't like this. Most don't have anything on them at all, but maybe I'll get a local name or something off of that. That would be really cool. Alright, gonna keep going. Okay, very next hole after the printing plate. I like that. I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna assume it's a button, but all it says is the railroad. Got a steam engine on it. Anybody knows what that is, let me know. I'm gonna do a little research myself. Check out that spoon bowl. I think it's a baby spoon. It was silver plated. I like it. Alright, I got another button, and that's the second button of that variety that I've dug here. Carhartt. All these buttons are going to be right around 100 years old. Well, the printing plate ended up just being an advertisement, but I really love hunts like this. I like these old relics just as much as a good coin. Well, the snow hit and the ground's frozen, so I'm not going to be doing any digging for a little bit, but I thought I'd take a minute while I'm here at work. I'm getting ready to hop in that warm water. Gotta wait for my waders to thaw out. They were frozen stiff. But I thought I'd take a minute and talk about these lead printing plates that I'm finding. And I took a little time to study on how those things were made, and boy, it was really an intensive process to produce a newspaper, but it was important. People didn't have TV. Probably a lot of them didn't have radio. And the news was important enough for even small towns to make sure that they could produce a paper so people could know what was going on. But some of the work that was involved, setting the print, each letter with a little iron or steel piece, letter by letter for each article in the newspaper. They would set those in place. For the photographs, I thought it was pretty cool. They would take a photo and they would develop it on some sort of a film, not like regular photo paper, and they would lay that film on top of a sheet of lead and wash it in an acid bath, and that would etch away the design of the photograph into the lead. And so that's how they got their photos in the newspaper. I'm going to show you some pictures that I found. I found a couple good YouTube videos that really describe the process. But the lead sheets were kind of a half barrel shape because they rolled the paper on top of that lead with ink, to print it out on the paper. And that's why some of these lead pieces that I'm finding have a curved shape to them. I thought maybe that was something that just happened in the hole before I dug it, but no, that's the way that they were made. I'm gonna put a couple pictures that I found, and if you're interested in it, you've ever dug any of this stuff, I like knowing where things come from, so you can go on YouTube, pretty easy to search it up. A couple good videos on there. Here's a picture of an intact printing plate. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is why I'm finding these little pieces of lead in this field. It would seem to me that they would want to melt this stuff down and reuse it, but I'm glad to find it anyway. You can tell it's in the half barrel shape that I was talking about earlier, and here's why. The paper's on top and the lead printing plate's down on the bottom. They cover it with ink and roll it, and you got a newspaper. Well, this has got to be one of the more interesting looking relics I found in a while. I don't have a clue what that is. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe after I get it cleaned up, it'll have some writing or something on it, and I can identify it. Alright, go on, keep going. Alright, I got something interesting poking out of the plug. What's that, huh? I found several horse tack rings. So, that may be what that is. No. Not a horse tack ring. This looks like a little bracelet or something. Oh, I know what that is. I think I do. I think that's the outside band to a pocket watch. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think that's what that is. Yep, I'm pretty sure. That's pretty cool. This is the, if that's what it is, it's be the first part of a pocket watch, other than the little cogs, which you seem to find everywhere. This would be the frame. That's what the word I was looking for. Pocket watch frame. Pretty cool. All right, we'll keep going. Well, very same hole. I re-scanned it, and there's still a signal in there. So maybe another part of the pocket watch. Well, whatever it is small. Maybe I'm getting my shovel. Oh, looky there. See it? It's brass or something. All right, let's see if we can get that out. Oh, be quiet. I think that's a coin. It is a coin. What we got? Oh, it's muddy today. Well, 1919. Old wheat penny. Pretty cool. All right. Well, always recheck those holes. None of these relics are extremely old or even very interesting, but it doesn't mean we can't learn something. Let's look at this penny, for instance. 1919, minted in Philadelphia. What sort of story could this thing tell? Well, about 300 miles away in Boston on January 15th, there was something known as the Boston Molasses Disaster. A 90-foot tall, 50-foot wide vat of molasses burst, sending a wave 25 feet tall, moving at 35 miles an hour through the city. It killed 21 people and injured about 150. The bodies were so badly covered in molasses, the last two victims were never even identified. It's got a big old cog. Man, something that big you would think would have writing on it somewhere, but it don't. Oh well. Pretty cool piece though. Alright, I got a coin. It rang up like a nickel, and it's not that deep, so it may just be a modern nickel, but I thought I'd give it a film anyway, just in case it was something different. Just a modern nickel. 2015 variety. Alright, I got something that I really like to dig personally. At least I think it's what it is. And this is kind of cool because it'll have the wire coming out both ends of it. But I'm pretty sure that's a bale seal. Really like those. Sometimes they've got some nice stamping on them too. So let's clean that up, see if it's got anything on it, and I'll show it to you if it does. I wasn't able to recover too much from this one, but You never know what's going to come out of the hole next. Y'all stick with me. Thanks for watching.